Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked at a factory. His mentor, an old technician, taught him to talk less, do more, and never stop developing his skills in every aspect of the factory's operation. 10 years later, the old man retired, and the young man became a technician himself. He continued to do the same work with the same dedication and diligence as he was taught. One day, he visited his mentor. The old man saw that he seemed unhappy and asked what was troubling him. The young man sighed and poured his heart out. He said, "I have been following your exact instruction all these years. No matter what I work on, I keep quiet and focus on my job. I know I have done a good job at the factory and learned all the skills that can be learned there. What I don't understand is why the guys that have less capabilities and experience like I do are promoted while I am still making as little as I did before when I was your apprentice." The old man asked, "Are you positive that you have become indispensable to the company?" The young man nodded, "Yes." The old man paced back and forth to think. After a while, he turned to the young and said, "You must request a day off using whatever excuse of your choice. It is time for you to give yourself a break." The young man was surprised by this advice, but the more he thought about it, the more it made sense. He thanked his teacher and left quickly to take a time-off request. When he returned after his day off, the manager called him into his office to tell him that things did not go well in the factory on his day off. Others encountered many problems that normally would be handled by him, and they had no idea how to solve them. Realizing his importance, the manager decided to promote him to the position of senior technician to thank him and encourage him to keep up his good work. The young man was grateful for his mentor's wisdom. Surely, he thought, this was the secret to success. From that point onward, whenever the young man felt that he deserves more than he was getting, he will take a day off. When he came back the next day, the situation will improve to his satisfaction. This pattern continued for months. One day, the young man found that he was blocked from going into the factory. Much to his shock, he found out that his employment was terminated. He could not believe it. Not knowing what to do, he went back to his mentor to try to figure out why things had gone so wrong. "Why did I lose my job?" he asked with wounded pride. "Did I not do everything as you instructed?" The old man said, "Actually, you did not, just that you only heard half the lesson. You understood right away that no one pays attention to a light bulb that is always on. It is only when it goes off that the people suddenly take notice and realize that they've been taking it for granted. You were so eager to apply this first understanding that you refused to listen to the second half." Second half? It was then it dawned on the young man that he has made a mistake. What was the second half? The mentor spoke slowly to make sure he made his point. The second half, more important than the first, is the realization that once a light goes off frequently, it will be replaced with one that is more reliable. Who wants a light bulb that no one can count on to provide illumination? So, my dear listeners, we often have friends and family members who constantly support us, but sometimes we might overlook their importance. Instead of waiting for a day when they're not around, it's crucial to appreciate and be grateful for them today. However, it's equally vital not to let yourself be taken for granted. Keep doing your work and persist, even if things don't always go as planned. Finding the right balance in life is essential. When you strike that balance, life rewards you by restoring equilibrium.